All right, I've never done anything like this before. Okay, I'm going to try and document what's going on. So we're trying to queue up for the gallery at the Old Bailey.
Live.
Try and keep it as smooth as possible.
So could you explain the situation and what's going on outside the
Chill for you. You're still allowed to be here with one person.
Well, the press, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. You sound fine.
The press are allowed to be here, which is something, but us supporters for freedom are not allowed to be here. No, we're all individuals, sir. We're all here as individuals. Why am I not allowed to be here?
You're in a gathering of 2 or more
No,
people.
no, this is nonsense. Well, it's a regulation. It's not a law.
It is a law.
No, a regulation is not a law. Look it up in the dictionary.
You get a £200 fine or be arrested.
No, you're wrong.
Well, I'm not wrong.
You are wrong. Regulation is not a law. Well, you should check the dictionary. So I've got to look after myself.
Well, you've got to make a distinction between them.
No, but the point is, you either get fined or you get arrested if you accuse or you detail.
Well, how can we get fined if we're not breaking?
Because you are
sorry.
I'll show you.
Are you sure they brought enough guys?
Have you not read up before you come in?
I can't. All right, I've got to back out. Sorry, I wish Alison was here because I've never done anything live or anything like this in my life.
You're fine,
You're doing
there,
fine.
brother.
So that basically I'm at the end of the queue. They're trying to move me on. I'm going to have to go because I can't afford a £200 fine.
And they're saying that individual private citizens can't be out in public today.
They're on Tier 4 restrictions.
Yeah. So I should be out exercising. So if I start doing stretches, I should be allowed to get away with it.
Yeah.
But,
Can you start like a yoga first?
well, I've got all.
But
I've got all this.
on a real note,
this
could you
stuff
talk
to
a little bit about the lockdowns that are happening out there and the restrictions they're trying to apply?
They're pretty much the same as everywhere else. It's not as severe as in France, but it's becoming like that. And so I'm sorry, I'm going to have to move on, or I can try and give you a different angle.
Great.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm on my electric longboard with these posters, so I'm not engaging with you, sir. I will be back because. Oh yeah, no, I'm not listening to you. I can't hear you. Sorry, sir.
You shouldn't be on the pavement on that, sir. Yeah.
Excuse me.
You shouldn't be on the pavement on that, should you?
What?
You care too much, do you, sir?
Did you hear that?
What did he say?
What did you say?
He's saying that I don't care because I am being moved on by this Nazi thug.
I believe my colleague has spoken to you already that you were liable for arrest.
I'm not engaging with you.
Yes, time to go. Goodbye.
I'm not engaging with you.
Sir, there's a van trying to get through, sir.
Which way are you going? This is like fucking Monty Python on steroids. Look at this Nazi thug.
I will taunt you once more.
Right, where am I allowed to go?
Right.
So for everyone just hopping in now, just to kind of recap what's happening. This is live outside of the Old Bailey right now. Ali and their group out there, who have been on the vigil with us multiple times, are literally being harassed and chased out by police, being told members of the general public are not allowed out of their homes right now unless you're getting exercise. They're calling it a Tier 4 coronavirus lockdown. They're literally saying they're trying to arrest people outside of the Old Bailey while they're attending Julian's trial.
Following them.
And
Following him. Clearly he's
Yeah.
way.
It's sorry. It's slightly distressing.
Yes.
All right. These are some of the guys from our WikiLeaks group. This is Alberto. We're all great people, good people. Sorry, I'm a bit stressed. I'm really not good at this. Are you good talker? We're
You're
live.
just fine.
We're live.
You're covering it.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Okay, I'm going to show you a big shot of the Old Bailey before the police come and get me again. So that's the old building. Sorry, did I just steam up the lens?
No, it's good. You're fine.
And that's the modern part over there. And that's where we usually protest. Fortunately, there's a few more people here, so they can't arrest us all. But if we just keep moving, I'll do a slow pan. Okay, so we got a bit of press over here. And that corner, that's the corner where I was at earlier before the police moved me on. And there's more police coming over here, back to the old building.
Just leave or what?
So, what's the point? Are they just trying to clear? They're just trying to clear spectators away from the Old Bailey. They don't want anybody from the public out in front.
I guess so. I guess so.
Just the state needs to flex some muscle, and it's you guys.
Just us. How many are we? Can we tell them how many we are, as in protesters, roughly?
Around 30.
Is that all? There's only about 30 of us. There should be more to come, yeah. So here are the police. Hang on, I'm not going to film. My hands are absolutely frozen.
Understood.
Yeah.
So there you go. There's police trying to move on.
Compared to the U.S., it's so much worse. I mean, in a way, at least we were allowed to be at the.
Alberto, do you want to talk to Slow News?
Yes. What was happening is absolutely disgusting. It's terrible. It's a fascist state. I've been warned twice already to go home. Otherwise, they will arrest me. And I don't want to go home. And I don't want to be arrested. So I have to keep moving around. But I know, and this is a very important date for the whole world.
Yes.
And we've been campaigning for a long time, for Julian's freedom. And the way that the police has been and the government obviously has been behaving is absolutely disgusting. It's terrible. It's just unspeakable. It makes my blood boil, and really, really pissed off. I'm really sorry, but it's a fucking terrible system.
Yes.
But we'll be around, we'll be moving, and we won't go on until we consider that we have that we hear the verdict, and but we'll be around.
We'll keep you informed. I'm going to be interrupted by this dog.
Okay.
A bit of happiness.
That's a good baby.
Yes.
Oh,
Gorgeous dog. So this is my transport. That's my electric longboard. So I'm having to push all this stuff.
Is that what they're asking you guys to do? Is just move around? You can't stay like in a static spot, or?
Not exactly. They're telling me to go home.
Oh.
And I think the only way around it is to pretend that you're exercising. But I mean, it's absolute nonsense.
Push-up contest,
right?
Okay, I'm going to try and get a bit closer. There seems to be more people gathering. I'm hearing an echo of my voice.
You're not echoing on our end.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, you sound great.
All right. Oh, look at that. Oh, this is way better. They can't move us all on. Right, so whilst we were talking, hang on, just got to hold it properly.
And by the way, you can tell the police you're the press. This is being broadcast right now internationally.
Oh,
we have an international audience of thousands of people.
Good point.
You right now in this moment, you are absolutely 100% the press, and you're there on behalf of us to get a couple of interviews.
Well, it's an honor. Okay,
so,
well, there's
in the nicest possible way, you can tell them to suck your whole dick.
All right. Well, I'm going to run out of battery. Actually, no, I got a battery pack, so I can do my job, my new job. Okay. Excuse me. Let me through. I'm press. I am press. We are live across the globe. All right. Check this out.
Wow.
Finally.
What are you doing? Do not engage. Do not engage. Do not engage. Leave that lady alone. Leave that lady alone. Look at that. It's comical.
What a...
Move away. Move away. You are live, sir. You are live, sir. Move away. Go away. I have moved away. You asked me to move. I'm exempt. I'm exempt. Have respect for other people, please. Move away. But you move away. I was there. You move away. All right. Now you move away. Don't step closer. No, listen. No. Listen to that. You see, they keep moving towards me, and they say they ask me to move away.
And then they
look at that. Yeah, please stay away from me, all of you. Everyone, stay away. 2 meters, sir. 2 meters.
You're doing a wonderful job, by the way. I really appreciate this. This is great.
I'm not moving 2 meters from me, please. I'm press. I'm live international. Watch this. They're trying to engage with that lady. Leave that lady alone. Leave that lady alone. She has a right to hold up a placard. God, I'm shaking. It's been a weird fucking year.
This year's been the longest decade of my life.
It's only the fourth.
Not me. 2 meters. Hello, sir. Okay, so here we are, live in London, and it's a world upside down.
So if you could give us a little breakdown of what you're seeing and what's happened so far this morning.
So I can't hear. I can't hear you. This policeman is. Go away. No, please. I'm trying to report. Go away. I've got no interest. I've already warned you, sir. No, wait. You keep 2 meters away from me. Do you see what's going on?
I promise you now, there is no more warning.
Why do you keep following me?
Because you are breaching COVID legislation, sir.
I am trying to do my job. I'm trying to do my job.
Why are you harassing our cameraman?
They're asking.
If you can furnish me with your press pass.
They're asking for a press. Look, can I talk to my boss? They're asking for a press pass, so you need to call him. I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
Okay then, sir. Stage exit right. Thank you.
I'm leaving over there.
Yes, goodbye. I will walk you out, sir.
No, you won't.
You are.
2 meters.
Here we are.
2 meters.
Okay, sir.
What? I'm exempt. Leave me alone.
The next option, sir, will be a ticket. Now the pen's coming out.
There. See, this is the future. We're live in London. Hang on, I can't do my job. If you're going to, I'm doing a job. I've been hired.
Keep out the road, please. Keep out the road.
Can I be sure that
you are part of a gathering?
All right, so
we are in tier 4 restrictions.
I'm going.
You will then go, sir.
Can you keep your 2 meters away?
You have a warning. Go.
Keep your 2 meters away. This is ridiculous. You can't do your job. Journalism is not a crime. Free Julian Assange! Free Julian Assange! Nazi pig thugs! This is the future. I'm going. Are you going to follow me all the way home? I believe you are committing an offence. I believe you're pissing me off. I am going. Hang on, wait. This is Alan. I'm going. How many more do you need? Right, watch. 1, 2, 3.
Three cops.
That's amazing.
Wow.
This is it.
Right.
Good footage, huh? Freedom. Right, hang on. Wait. Can I just open my...
That's insane.
I'm moving. Look, they're just about to arrest me.
Oh my gosh.
This is the future.
We'll pay. If they arrest you, we'll do our
Pay everything.
Are you going to pay?
Yes.
I'll pay
We will go.
I'm going to slow.
I'm not kidding.
They've stopped following me, so I'm gonna go slower now. I'm gonna piss this policeman off. I'm gonna keep moving. I'm slowing down. I'm slowing
To
down.
make you feel better, we had a relatively similar interaction this morning outside the British Embassy.
Really?
Yeah, we rolled out there, and our permit was during quiet time, 100%, between midnight and 6 a.m., right? 4 megaphone usage, and the cops, quite surrounded us, pulled up 8 weeks.
You're going to give them a reason to arrest you.
I think, yeah, man, that's insane. This is
It's not worth it.
Your life in America and Australia.
It's not worth it, shit, man.
It is worth it.
It's not worth it.
It is worth it, Alan.
I know.
You guys are doing absolutely amazing. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for helping me, Alan.
No worries.
Sorry for talking over you guys. Sorry, I'm a bit.
Oh, no, don't apologize at all.
I'm a bit stressed, and my right arm is killing me because I've been holding this phone. Let's put it underneath my arm. That fucking police officer.
He had a hold on for you, man.
They were ready to. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stay. No, I'm not okay. I'm pissed off.
So
I'm really pissed off.
have they pushed the entire public away from the Old Bailey? Is it just the
No,
press
only
now?
a few of us. Have you been pushed away?
I've had the same experience as you.
Are you happy to be live
Yes,
around the world?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was here filming events, taking photographs. I was here about 10 minutes, and City of London police officer came up to me, really aggressive. But I don't believe you've got a right to be here today. Grabbed me by my lapel. As I tried to step away, so I don't you walk away from me. I believe you've committed an offence. 3 more of his buddies came around behind me and basically said, "Oh, you need to leave the area." And I don't know. I just got really.
What can you do?
I don't know.
We don't want to pay a fucking fine. We don't want to be put in a cell.
You're prepared it might happen, but even though when it does happen,
I warned my mum.
but, yeah. I had a bad feeling I might get arrested today.
Well,
so
don't.
I don't think I will.
Stay here with me, and we're gonna have to do this. What I can do is wait for Alison to show up.
We'll carry on exercising around the area.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where's
last we
Al?
heard from Allie, they were trying to tow her car.
Yeah, she was badly parked, from what I understand.
That is insane. And then we're about 35 minutes out from court starting. And it's that nuts in front of the Old Bailey, and they haven't even started proceedings yet.
No. So that is, it says the Old Bailey. I don't know if you can see it. So I'm still at the Old Bailey.
I'm gonna make.
I think you should talk amongst yourselves for now, because I'm just going to catch my breath and just stay out of sight from the police.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for talking to us. Can you just again let our guests and everybody know, who you are, and we look forward to talking to you guys again soon here.
I'm Chip. That's my nickname. I'm a born Londoner. I love this country. Less and less every day. And I've always respected the police, so to a certain degree, thanks for not arresting me, you cunts.
Yeah. It's sad. It's the same here, you know. All of us loving our countries and very ashamed of them.
But I don't know if I can zoom in with this. No, I can't. I'm so far away. I'll try and keep it still.
The sign there, I can't fully read it.
Oh, that sign. Oh, that just
Is that
says
what you're
road ahead.
Ah, okay. I thought you were trying to show it to us. Okay. Well, there you go.
It's back to France. Road ahead closed. So there
really
are a few other there are a few other protesters approaching me.
Yeah. Okay.
I can only assume the police know I'm here, but they can't be bothered. There's some other friends coming. So we're going to stay here. We just can't. We can't go home.
No.
This is the most important day of Julian's life.
Yeah.
All right. So these are some of the. We're live in around the globe, I guess.
Hi guys. Hello. Thank you so much for being there. All of you guys.
We're hanging in
She's saying thank you for being here.
Yeah. We're not going. We're not going.
We're not going anywhere.
Moving around.
Moving around. Drew! Sorry for shouting. Drew! Where are you going? Toilet, okay. He's, some other independent journalist. Right, Lisa, do you want to take over for a bit and talk to them? They need a fresh face.
He's so cute.
You've been awesome. Chip, thank you.
Thank you, you're so kind. But I wouldn't watch me.
No, you were great. It's a very intense situation too. So
yeah, I'm not used to, I don't consider myself an activist or
that's funny.
He doesn't consider
himself. Just a person who wants to do the right thing. And yeah, sorry, I'm talking over you guys. I'm so unprofessional. Sorry.
So we just got a comment in the chat
Yeah.
So that's
You need to repeat that, Andrew. We didn't hear it.
Craig Murray's headed into court right now, according to someone in our chat.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good at least. We've been following Rebecca Vincent as well because she's been having a lot of problems. Even just sitting out front, like literally waiting in line. She's getting screamed at, questioned why she's even there. So I want to read through that while we're waiting. Because she just got allowed in 7 minutes ago. Do you want to read through part of this thread at all?
Sure. Is that the one that you have?
Yeah, so Rebecca Vincent is feeling salty this morning. And she's got a thread out right now talking about her experience trying to get in the court.
Okay.
So she says, "Good morning from the Old Bailey. Today is the big day." As
do you know where Allison is now?
In the case against WikiLeaks. I don't know.
I don't know exactly.
Maybe I could.
It's right around the corner.
I would love to give this. Oh, okay. Listen, can you take the free posters?
This one.
Yeah, take the free posters. All of them. There's two in there.
Let's go and see because I don't want to.
I just need to find Allison. I wanted to.
Let's have a look. Let's go and have a look around the corner.
If I got no hands,
They have to mute themselves, so conversation. You can probably mute them.
Where are you even approaching?
It looks like the cops were also harassing Rebecca Vincent. So it look, they're touching everybody. Yeah. We were just reading her thread. She's
she keeps saying that she was approached a third and a fourth time by cops who were hostile. Anybody who is part of a group that doesn't go home will face arrest. They're accepting that Reporters Without Borders is here for work purposes. Now there's more police. She refuses to leave. Yeah, she's been tweeting about it all morning, talking about how difficult it's been for her just to do her job. She had to queue up for 5 hours in the winter weather. So yeah, she's feeling pretty salty about that this morning.
I don't blame her. So I'm at the back now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for Alison, though.
Rebecca Benson doesn't have her phone. She's inside, but she doesn't have her phone. They took her phone.
This is insane.
She's had to make her case to at least 10 different police officers.
Gordon's live outside right now, too. A big shout out to him.
Rebecca Vincent said, I am not moving. I will force an arrest if needed.
Is that Alison's car? Yeah, that's Alison's car.
Send the video link.
Yeah, this is Alison's car. I found Alison's car, but I can't find Alison. Guys, if I'm not saying anything, you can just cut off my mic, and then I'll wait.
Glad that you found Alison's car, though.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
it hasn't
good.
been
That's
towed.
good. That's good. Not finding Alison's a little, little worrisome, but only because she's feisty.
That's Alison's car. Yeah, I found Alison's car, but she's not there. There's no one there.
I wonder if we can drop underneath the car.
Oh, you want to?
No?
Yeah. All right. If you want, I can hold on to that.
He's not there. Definitely.
Oh, Alison has sent. No, that's an old message. So.
Gustola just he's about
not there,
to
Alison.
be
She's
live
not
on
there.
Twitter and stuff
Yeah,
too.
Juan is there. Let me see. You can leave this with Juan at the marquee.
Oh, we can leave them in the shop if the shop is open. Do you remember?
Yeah, but I got my stuff. The other one is with the marquee with Juan. You know Juan? Juan Passarelli.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He's here.
He's here.
Oh, Jesus. He needs to write that. So I got to keep moving. Fucking hell. I'm just scared of getting arrested. Okay, cool. Sorry, you guys, cut off my mic, yeah? I don't want to be babbling like an idiot.
Oh, no. We appreciate what you're doing out there.
It's 4:30 in the morning here, man. We're all babbling like idiots. Don't worry about that.
All right. Keep looking for Alison. But there's 2 coppers coming this way, so I'm just going to do a U-turn. Hopefully they'll just ignore me. I was worried they were just trying to intimidate me. But no, hopefully it's just me being paranoid.
Everybody's just tuning in just to kind of right now. The UK went into what's called Tier 4 lockdown, apparently. Apparently coronavirus is so bad that people aren't even allowed to attend Julian Assange's court trial.
They are if they're press.
They are if they're press, unless they're reporters without
they
borders.
are if they're Reporters Without Borders, but you really gotta lean into
You have to sit outside in the cold for 5 hours.
reality.
Yeah, so we are waiting. We probably got a little under half an hour until court actually takes place. We're being told that it is minutes.
That's what he said.
Okay, I saw a tweet go out saying that there was time allocated between 11 and 1, 10 and 11.
Have you got a Zoom?
Yeah, that's a good idea. I wish I would have got more Red Bull.
My friend's got my case.
Andre has some weird watermelon.
No, it's not right.
Watermelon drugs.
So today we're looking at Taylor Marwan Passarelli, Mohammed Almazi, potentially Tariq Haddad, Tarek, Mary Kostakidis, Kevin Gostola, for the people that were following live in court. There are going to be others. We just have to make sure that they're in there and what they have planned. Gordon Dimmick is live outside the court right now.
Yeah, did you see that? I got escorted out. I'm scared to approach that place. I was running away from them. I was just moving around and then. Yeah, I didn't engage for a long time, but I got shirts from me in the end. Right. Stay there. I'm gonna film you.
Oh, maybe they're gonna hold on. It's great to see all the protesters out.
Relax a bit. It's so stressed. Oh no, I didn't turn off the phone, did I?
You clicked the camera.
Did I turn off the phone?
by accident.
It's still showing on, isn't it?
Oh,
There we
no.
go.
There you go.
You're back on.
Yeah, I don't have
I think this is a shot. So Gordon's live outside right now as well. So this is pretty incredible. They just learned press freedom. Press freedom, and nobody can even stand outside.
Yeah.
But you can have, 4 cops to one guy following him around, asking him to, this is really.
That's fucking violence.
It's violence. That's violence. That's violence.
All of these leaders that for the last 2 weeks have been mad about words.
We can't hear you, dude.
Right. So here in the U.S., we've had leaders just get pissed about words being violence, right? You literally are watching live now as the world's free press is being gutted by the U.S. empire. Pig police are chasing people around literally for having a phone to film it, right? So they're blocking press at the largest world press freedom trial in history.
Yeah.
Like it's flabbergasting.
Dead air.
Sorry.
No, that wasn't for you. That wasn't for you. That was for Andrew. No, that was for Andrew. That was for Andrew.
There's someone making some. I haven't got my. We've hit the. Well, it's not Allison, but we've come close to hitting the jackpot. This is Jamie.
Hey there. Jamie, how are you today?
Hey. You know them all, yeah?
No, I can't see anything. It's good.
All right, well, put the headphones on, have a quick talk, and tell them exactly what's going on, because I'm terrible at this job.
You are just fine.
Have you seen Allison?
Yeah.
Is she there?
Yeah, she is.
Okay, we know where Allison is.
Yeah.
But they're really dismantling. I mean, you have to be really careful about going in there, because if they say you're a protester or think you're supporting this, they give you one warning, and then if they see you again, they give you a fine. They see you again, they arrest you. So you've got to be on your guard.
Yeah, that's why I'm looking behind me, because if I get caught,
exactly, no, it's not nice. There is a good posse of people there, and they were letting our people get. Originally we were queuing in the passage to get in. We were using that as our right to be here, but of course the queuing's now over, and so we got no right to be there, according to them. And so it's difficult. You've got to keep moving, and not being groups, because they'll recognize one and then arrest you as well. So yeah, it's difficult and nasty and motherfuckers.
Here, take the headphones. They'll talk to you.
Yeah. Okay,
Take them off me.
Okay. Hey, hello everybody.
This is Andrew in the U.S. We're actually here in D.C. as a protest and media contingent about Julian's trial right now.
Okay.
So we've been watching for the last couple of minutes what's been going on out there. Could you give us like I just heard you go over it, but could you talk about just largely what's happening overall? Because we've seen even Rebecca Vincent try to get chased out of this.
Exactly. I mean, back in September, I queued every day for Reporters Without Borders to get in, and Rebecca and Austin and Kristen. And today they're getting harassed endlessly. I mean, they keep saying, you know, we're an NGO, we're a qualified NGO, Reporters Without Borders, and we're being harassed. And we have a right to get in. This is one of our duties, a state duty. So it's really appalling. I'm just every day I'm more and more staggered.
Just hold there on that side.
I just hold it there.
Yeah, because if you hold there, you'll turn your phone off.
The last time I talked to Rebecca, she said that they were more accommodating Reporters Without Borders in Turkey.
I'm asking to do it now.
Exactly.
All right, thank you.
Exactly. No, I mean, as you well know, she said never before in her 20 years of experience working as an NGO has she been treated like this, so abominably by the UK state and the UK justice system.
It's amazed to see the US and the UK in the top 50 in the Press Freedom Index this year. I guess that in order to not look like it was trying to settle a personal score for being shoved out of the Old Bailey, you can't just drop them down below the top 50. But this is an all-out war on the U.S. claiming international jurisdiction over the press.
Well, it's interesting you say that. I remember in September she was saying, because we were saying, you know, surely England now should be dropped in the list of countries with media freedom. And she said I can't remember the detail, but it's something, it gets reviewed every year and there is a process. It's not a sort of an immediate thing, but I forget the dates that this is reviewed. And it's a sort of 3-month process. Everybody submits sort of their views or statements, and and then they decide. So hopefully, well, I mean, certainly they should be dropped further in the list. Did you say they're at the moment at 30?
Off the top of my head, I want to say 33rd or 35th. I could look quick.
That's something like that. The other person, of course, who's up in the queue at the moment, I think we saw Fidel from the Ecuadorian embassy, and certainly Deepa Driver, who is just an amazing person, and she's the whole day. Yeah, exactly. No, it was a pleasure. I spent every day in the passageway with her, and it was a pleasure. She's an amazing person, so knowledgeable and so dedicated to fighting for justice. Absolutely amazing person. So she and Emmy, who you'll know as well, they were queuing here this morning at 4 o'clock, and hopefully they'll be getting in. They're certainly at the front of the queue. But you never know what'll happen here with this Judge Baratza. She could suddenly say, no, today for such and such reasons, we're not allowing anybody into the court.
That is absolutely crazy.
I just can't. Yeah, it's like a closed court already. I mean, it's like they've already decided how
Allison is approaching.
I know, and sadly, the fact that the police are being so disruptive now is I think is a bad sign. It suggests that the decision that has been made already is a bad decision, and the police don't want a lot of unhappy people here protesting, so they're just dismantling us. But there's a good crowd. I mean, if you could see, there's a good crowd up there. You probably can't see it well enough with this camera. I might even walk up and get a little bit closer. Okay, there's a lot of news, media, and so there's a lot of people there. But of course, us protesters are being disbanded and threatened with immediate fines or arrest, and you can't hang around long because they're clocking us. And one of them I just walked through now, and I had my mask on, and I started shouting "Free Assange," and I got pursued by a couple of police who were going, you're part of the band who are organizing this. You realize that you can do time for this, and I just kept walking. But it's harassment. It's just disgusting.
So really, just a quick question, and I apologize for my own. Actually, probably my co-hosts already know the answer, but so in the UK, in the US, the First Amendment is supposed to protect our right to, be outside and protest and, address our government for grievances. What is the law in the UK that, gives you the right to be out and protest, or is there one kind of like our Bill of Rights, like something similar to that?
Well, yes. I mean, we're all familiar with the First Amendment and that it's supposed to protect free speech, but all of these things are sort of being overridden by the sort of supposed threat that is posed by the COVID virus, which of course, we all think is exaggerated and is being utilized. Is being utilized for by them to justify shutting down any form of protest. And the disgraceful thing is that we've been protesting every Saturday. We go to the prison and then also go to Piccadilly Circus, and they're very happy for people to group around, tourists to group around and watch somebody juggling or playing a bit of music in Leicester Square, which of course is part of Leicester Square in central London. But they're stopping peaceful protesters standing around the statue of Eros, and we've been going there for the last 8 months every single Saturday. And now we have sort of 9 or 10 police vans who turn up, with 40 or 50 police who come out, and every week they get more aggressive. And this past Saturday, a couple of us were very close. I mean, one of them, the chap you were talking to, Chip, was wrestled to the ground. It was kind of a hit and miss between him being taken away in a police van, and several others have been arrested. And it's all just to dismantle any form of support for Julian.
Yeah, we're supposed to catch back up with Jill Everett, who was one of the protesters there at Piccadilly, who was absolutely manhandled by the police.
I know. I mean, she's an absolute star. I mean, she's just brilliant, and she's doing so much for the cause, and so energetic and so brave. And she was in court last week, and it's been postponed until June. But basically, they accused her of kicking police, and it's totally, we've got all the video evidence which show that she's got her hands behind her back. They're being very rough with her, and she's not doing. She's not doing anything other than saying, "Why are you arresting me? I have a right to do what I'm doing. Why are you arresting me?" And she's much more sort of, she defends herself very, very coherently and very well. And the police were, sort of brutally handling her. And then suddenly she says, "Don't stand on my feet." And then the policeman says, "Stop kicking her." And it's blatantly obvious that he has stood on her foot. She's wearing gym shoes, and she's not kicked them. And we've got so many different, bits of video footage showing that she hasn't done anything. And they pile her into the van. They take her down the police station. So she had to appear in court earlier this week. And she said the prosecution were absolutely gobsmacked when her defense lawyer said, "We've got evidence that shows there's no way she ever did any of the things you're accusing her of." But, she's into the legal process now and has got to go back to court in June. It's another disgrace. I mean, this whole business with poor Julian held in solitary confinement in Belmarsh prison now 24 hours a day, and has been for the last 3 weeks. And as we all know, the last 2 years, since April 2019, he's been in solitary in the Guantanamo Bay prison of the UK. An utter disgrace. It's total torture and cruelty, and it's done. The British government, they're conscious of it. They're complicit in it.
Well, you're absolutely right. They're complicit of what amounts to a passive biological attack in terms of stacking his wing there in Belmarsh with COVID-infected prisoners, knowing he has a chronic lung condition. That is biological warfare. And the United Kingdom is 100% guilty of that. Whether or not they're doing it on behalf of the United States doesn't even matter. They're complicit in trying to murder Julian Assange rather than have to deal with this charade of a show trial. I think that they're embarrassed because they know that everything about this case is illegal. A lot of the information is illegally obtained. They violated his legal rights, his human rights, his civil rights, his international rights. And to actually go through with an extradition shows that we've moved beyond law and into abject tyranny. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. I mean, no, absolutely. I mean, the whole trial. I mean, I was here every day for during the 4-week trial back in September, and every single day we were just gobsmacked by the abuses of due process, the denial of the the witnesses to give their statements verbally. Was just extraordinary. I mean, there are laws which say there's a minimum of an hour and 45 minutes for them to testify, and they were being reduced to just 30 minutes. And in the end, the last statements by people like Noam Chomsky were reduced only to being read out. They weren't able to actually speak in court. They had their statements read out, and they were read out so fast as if they had no importance. Nobody was able to stop and challenge it. It's an utter disgrace. I mean, the description of a show trial is exactly it. It's just a show trial. Absolutely shameful. And one of the things we've done actually recently is slightly to go off track, but when we go on Saturday to the prison, thanks to one of us who's just an amazing person, and he's been challenging the workers in the prison. He's been with his loudspeaker, and I was there with him on Saturday, and we basically said to these people working in the prison, you need to realize you are complicit in this torture, and if Julian Assange dies, you guys will be taken to the Hague and tried for crimes against humanity. So they're all participating, and we've called for them to strike or to leak to us, to let us have information what is really going on inside the prison. Because at the moment, the only real sort of source we get is through Julian's partner, Stella, because she still gets her daily call, which I think is only 10 minutes. But, she's obviously wary that if she upsets the prison too much, they may deny that daily telephone call, which, of course, if you're in solitary with no warm clothing, temperatures drop to 0 at night, and you've only been given 2 blankets to try and sort of, survive, losing that one daily telephone call with your partner and the mother of your young children just maybe one step too far.
It's such a terrible position all around, but I'm glad that you guys are doing that. I was thinking that with the cops there today, it's that banality of evil where these guys are, once the government starts doing things like this, you're no longer, I don't know, they're going to be put in positions to do things like they're doing today that are ridiculous. I mean, how could they feel good about themselves spreading everybody out like that? We've just watched, multiple instances of harassment in the span of 10 minutes with Chip. I mean, it's just crazy.
And that's only because we got to watch all this harassment with Chip only because they were trying to tow Allie's car. We were supposed to be talking to Allie. She was on for like 8 seconds with, and they're towing my car, and then just shoved the phone back to Chip. Well, later, good. And he did a wonderful job. And Chip did a wonderful job. It was his first day. We're very proud of Chip over here.
Back for a second one.
Would you like him back? I think he's sort of.
You're doing wonderful too. Absolutely, we really appreciate you guys.
We're so pleased to have you with us.
Well, thank you. I mean, I live in Spain, and I do a program every Tuesday, which I'm very glad to do. We have a call in at Tuesday evenings, and generally get about sort of 20 or 25 people on the chat, and it's brilliant. But I managed to sneak in on a flight, and I got here on New Year's Eve, and with a lot of other people, we were protesting we were handing out flowers on Christmas Eve on the South Bank, and getting a good response. And then with Chip is amazing on his skateboard. we went around on New Year's Day. I'm getting trying to get a feedback on the.
Oh, I don't think anything's coming through, at least into the stream.
Right.
Could you talk a little bit though about
Okay.
the UC Global case and what Juan Passarelli's documentary revealed?
I'm not the sort of necessarily the best person to talk about the UC Global. I mean, obviously, we all know that they were a company originally employed to provide security for the Ecuadorian embassy, and then this guy, I forget his name at the moment, a Spanish. Well, I think the firm is Spanish, and they're actually in court at the moment for having illegally recorded private conversations with Julian and his lawyers and anybody visiting Julian in the embassy. They were recording all of these and sending the videos direct to. No, they were actually, I think, taking them in person to the US. So there's a case for, I'm not sure what it is. I suppose, but breach of privacy or spying. It's probably just straight out spying. And that's
so here in the U.S., Daniel Ellsberg was attempted to be prosecuted under similar charges, releasing classified information to the public. He was acting more as a whistleblower than a publisher. Long story short, though, he was spied on. The presidential administration literally forced their way into his psychiatrist's office, and it was a small-scale version of this UC Global event. So just that alone, and the fact that Daniel Ellsberg was able to speak to that in court should get this whole trial thrown out.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Could you talk a little bit about potentially the state of the media in the UK and how they've covered Julian's situation?
I mean, just very quickly, going back to the UC Global, in any normal legal process, that would have had the case thrown out. Just crystal clear. And as you say, you make the correct reference to Daniel Ellsberg. That's why his case was thrown out. And so why isn't this happening here in England? It seems every part of due process is just being trampled on and ignored. So you said the media. Did you ask about the media, mainstream media?
Yeah. Have they, how are they responding to Julian's case? Because here in the US, it's basically silence.
It's basically the same here. I mean, mainstream have been utterly disgusting. I mean, for 8 years they've smeared him, and then for the last sort of year to 2 years they've said absolutely nothing, until just recently, the Guardian, who are absolutely complicit in this, and a shameful organization with Luke Harding and David Lee. But they did do a good article a few days ago, about a week ago, which was very supportive and was saying all of the right things. Now, that is possibly for them to cover their back, saying, well,
absolutely.
Yeah. And there's been one or two other articles. I noticed there was something in the Daily Mail, an interview with Stella Morris. But for example, my mum and dad, they read mainstream, and they just say, we haven't seen anything about, and they literally read the daily paper back to front, every single day. And they say, we haven't seen anything at all. And mainstream news, I mean, all of the protesting we're doing, and it never appears on any mainstream news, any kind of conventional media. So they're all just parroting the government narrative. They only say what the government allows them to say.
Jamie, we were in front of the British Embassy in Washington, D.C. here yesterday, and there were 25 people from the independent media that were there, but none of the larger
multiple international outlets.
Yeah, multiple international outlets, but absolutely nothing from our mainstream press. And a press release went out. There were over 210 journalists that were notified that we were coming.
Isn't that incredible?
Yeah, and there's well, and yeah, absolutely, you're right. There's a giant portion of quote unquote progressive or left media, independent media here that knew that we were here and doing this and did not bother to wander down the street to cover it.
I know. And we had a situation. We had I can't remember the name. It was a very well-known Oriental man who came here, and he's a friend of Julian's, and that exactly. And we hadn't kind of twigged because there had been a Channel 4 cameraman, an assistant who'd sort of been waiting quietly. And while this chap was being interviewed, the interviewer for Channel 4 stepped in and only said about 3 words, which was, "And what about the rape charge?" And you know, she'd come purely to get a little scoop that brought it back into the arena of the sexual allegations, rape charge, which of course were all false and dismissed and of no value, as the first prosecutor said, immediately throwing out the case sort of 10 years ago. This has got, there's no evidence here of any sort of crime being committed by Julian. But of course, as we all know,
charged. And I mean, like it's so ridiculous. And it's worked really well. It's gotten rid of so much support for him, and it's the worst thing to accuse somebody of. And we've run into that here. We had a gallery that we wanted to do the We Are Millions, and it was because of the rape smear. And we presented evidence, we did everything. And I don't know that they didn't agree with us, but it was too controversial, and it's just like, well, how is free speech controversial? I mean,
I know.
Yeah.
And I say to people, I mean, when I'm talking to people, I say, just ask yourself one thing. This man is a journalist, and he's being held in solitary confinement with no access to his lawyers, held behind a bulletproof screen when he's in court, unable to communicate with his lawyers. Does that not sort of make you think there's something a bit odd here?
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly. And it's just a sign. It shows you exactly what is important to them, and that's information, and the truth not getting out. And that's you can see the lengths that they'll go to make sure that doesn't happen. So it's just, there's so much at stake today, and it really seems to be on full display there the difference between the options out there, this like police kind of ridiculous, absurd state, or us, people that want freedom and truth and Julian out of there. I mean, so
Absolutely.
I'm so glad you guys are there. Is there more people still waiting outside, or what's happening?
Yeah, there's still a sort of good crowd, but I mean, I'm not close enough to see what the police are doing at the moment.
Have you
Right.
Are you not allowed to go there yourself?
I mean, I'll go back, but I had some guy after me who was, saying I'm part of it, organizing all this, and I can do prison time and stuff. That was a policeman.
Tell him you're press.
Yeah, sure.
So we saw just a minute ago from Mary Kostakidis that the cloud video feed is up, that the shot that they're showing the reporters is a close-up of the glass box, and then they just turned the camera to the front of the court. The prosecution's in the building. They haven't brought in Julian yet, but that's where we are as of this moment.
Hey, Taylor's got access
Right,
too,
okay.
Steve.
What?
Right, okay.
Taylor's got
Okay,
access.
that's
She's been
interesting.
tweeting too.
Yeah.
I may have to go because I've got some guy who's after me now.
Well, if
Yeah.
you want to stay on camera with us until they're leaving you alone, you can.
Yeah, exactly. No, yeah, okay.
Just,
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you are being live streamed over, several countries, and
Yeah, well, no, well, thank you for you guys, because I do watch you, and you do great work, and the other thing is what I find so odd is there are so many, hey, there are so many brilliant alternative journalists who are just so clued up and speak so brilliantly. Here's Alison, by the way. Shall I go for a little bit longer? Yeah, go. Yeah, all right. You know, I mean, obviously there are people like Chris Hedges and John Pilger and Jimmy Dore. You know, top people. Kim Iversen, right at the moment, Max Blumenthal and Glenn Greenwald. All of these sort of amazing people, but they're not getting enough circulation, and I don't know quite how we can make this happen so that the news gets to people, because when people realize what is really going on and this endless war machine, American war machine, I think if they became aware of it, they would all be out on the street and saying, we don't want war. We need, these things need to be stopped.
I think that's so true. And I think that's why we see, you know, Assange persecuted for leaks and publications that many people, you know, got rich off of. And it's because that's what he was after too. You know, that was the idea, right? And that's just, I agree. It's the same thing needed. All these brilliant people, these courageous people too, you know, and at the protest yesterday, seeing these journalists, I'm like, these are the people right now, like there aren't many, but that are out there reporting on several different issues. And that's like, you know, what's at stake today. It really is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No. But anyway, you know, I'm, you know, we're one of a great group and very proud to be here.
Well, we want to say thank you too. I mean, we talked to Allie, she's wonderful, and all of you guys. That means so much because that's where it's important. It's really being decided there. You know?
Yeah, definitely. No, well, thanks for your support. I mean, I wonder, shall I pass you on to somebody else?
Sure.
We've got Alison. She's a bit stressed out and tired.
Allie.
Yeah, okay. Alison, I don't know whether okay, I'm handing you to Alison. Great, guys. Let's hope we get a good decision. There you go.
You know what we could all do?
Hey.
Become a president.
Hello.
Join the NUJ.
Cheryl just said it.
What's up, Allie?
Oh, hey there, Trouble.
There you go. I know I look chubby because I've got so many layers on, including my new t-shirt.
You're sideways. Maybe I'm sideways.
I had to get my whole body in. That's why I did that.
Oh, okay.
Can you read it? I've got about 50 layers of clothing on, including a
I have
shirt.
on really, really comfy fuzzy pants.
He does, Allie.
Are you wearing them stupid pants?
Are they a pale sage green?
Yeah.
What it looks like I skinned a Muppet for comfort.
That's funny. Sorry, shaky camera. That's classic. Yeah, it's a good day. A spew green pants day. Yeah.
Allie, it's crazy what we saw happening with Chip. This whole, I mean,
and with you.
Tell us what happened.
Well, it's been heavy fascist day here from the day dot, from the the minute that we got here and set up our station, our Assange table, the PA, everything. Started putting our ribbons up. They basically stole my PA system, the police, and told me that I'd have to collect it from a police station nearby. Yeah, if I didn't have a receipt to purchase, then they regarded it as a fair game. Apparently, they could steal it.
Now they came up and grabbed your shit and were like, "Well, if you don't have a receipt for it, it's ours."
Yes.
Like you're just supposed to save the receipt from your PA.
Exactly. And I said, have you got receipts for all of this gear that you're wearing, all of the, palaver that you're wearing? And he said, no, I don't need to have receipts.
Oh my gosh, Allie. So there's no more. So now it's not just free press, but there's no private property in the UK. That's also
Apparently.
gone.
That's exactly right, Kendra. They can take anything they want. And if you don't have your receipt, off it goes into the back of their van while I was shouting robbers, thieves, and liars, they just took it. So that was the shape of things to come. And then they went round and tried to move everybody on independently, giving them warnings and saying, if you're here, next time I come back, then you'll be under arrest. So we lined up to go into the court because that was a safe space in terms of public access to a public gallery and the a reason to be there. They complained about someone wearing a free
They're
Assange
arresting
mask.
someone right now.
Yeah, somebody said there are arrests happening.
Oh,
Somebody's getting arrested live on Ruptly right now, right in front of the court.
okay, we got there. So yeah, I was down around the corner hiding.
That makes me want to move to London.
See who it is. It's super heavy. Super heavy, please state.
Got over 100 people in the chat now.
So we have about 300 to 400 people around the world watching right now.
Wow, hey everybody.
So with you on the ground there, because we're getting new people filtering in and out, could you summarize the situation from your perspective about what's been happening outside of court?
Mega Brain.
Oh, Mega Brain. But
a picture just popped up. I'm sorry, it's a knee-jerk reaction.
Obviously, they are just shutting everyone down. All the protests. They don't want any publicity on it.
Yeah.
So, I'm just walking up to the area now.
Yeah. I don't know who's getting arrested.
Let's see.
Hey, Andrew, give someone else the mic. I think it's picking up the sound.
Someone getting arrested?
No.
Well, I've been giving commentary all morning. Kendra Christian.
What about Misty?
No, Assange has arrived. He's not in court. Yeah.
So no one has been arrested. They just were speaking to somebody. So it would have been
in the way that the cops have been speaking to people all morning long there.
Yeah, the threat of arrest consistently.
Are they just grabbing like every 20-year-old prick? What that they can find? Like, hey, are you a douchebag? Do you have smarmy responses to the violation of basic human rights and civil liberties? All right, well, let's get you a badge.
That's basically it. They have advertisements on the back of the vans saying, we're recruiting now. Join us.
It seems like they're recruiting off the back of energy drinks.
Yeah, most of them are. They don't know the law. They haven't had any training, and they obviously have been given the directive, just do what you want, because they don't know the law.
Hey, you're gonna love living in America,
right? Our cops get more training from the IDF than they do in de-escalation.
Well, they've had the IDF training here too. The Krav Maga moves that they pull on people all the time. Hit you in the back of the legs, you fall to the ground, knee on the neck. They started doing that here too.
Yeah. No, since the U.S. Police Department started their partnership training program with the Israeli military, we have seen we've seen women and children in the U.S. be treated like Palestinian women and children. We've seen the press be treated like the press is treated in Gaza. The same tactics are being used, the same kettling tricks.
Yeah.
Julian Assange is now seated in the fishbowl and court is in session.
Great. So they say it will take half an hour. Vanessa Baritza will read out a one-page statement of her judgment, and that will be that.
Do you think she's just opening an email from the State Department and making pretend like it's a statement that she's prepared?
It's definitely been pre-prepared for her.
Misty Winston, are you here? Okay. I know, dude. So am I. I can't even
Make Misty rant or something.
What time is it?
He said make Misty rant.
Oh, go Misty. Hey, Misty. I'll find
Hi,
Eric
Allie.
for you.
Yeah.
I'll find Eric for you. He's here
Oh,
somewhere.
okay. Eric will cheer me up.
Yeah.
Eric will cheer me up.
I'll try and find
I
Eric
love
for you. I know, he's awesome.
Eric may be the best human on planet Earth.
He is, isn't he?
I'm gonna second
He
that.
is always coming to our defense.
Yes.
When the police arrest us, try to arrest us, Eric's there. You can always rely on Eric.
Yeah. It looks like the people have a view of Julian Assange in the courtroom right now, which is good. At least they can all see him.
Good. So up the other end, up this end, we have some more people.
How many people are there, like supporters, not media, but supporters?
I'd say about 100.
Nice.
About 100.
Nice.
They're actually tolerating us being here now.
Oh, that's good. There's probably too many of you that they can't effectively deal with you all.
I think it was an early assault, try to clear people early doors.
Yeah,
and
trying to scare people off.
Yeah, I can introduce you to the new mayoral candidate for London if you like.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Let me just...
is that person an Assange supporter?
Yes.
Yeah?
It's Piers Corbyn. I'm talking to Action for Assange in Washington, D.C.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, so just told him.
Okay.
This is Piers.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Well, I'm here supporting Julian Assange against extradition. It's a very important case, not just for him and his family, but also it's part of the fight against the New World Order. Because the New World Order want this, they want to suppress freedom of expression and freedom of assembly. And a victory for us here will be a blow against the New World Order. So it's important we're doing it.
So we just had the judge
Police are moving us off the road. There's a car's coming.
What do I do?
So we are preparing for a decision to come out pretty much any minute at this point.
I'll ask you a question.
Oh, okay. Which way round is that go?
That's right.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah? So I was
Sorry, we were
wondering,
just getting the.
we just had the.
Okay.
Thank you very much for joining us. They said that you're a candidate for mayor out there in London.
Very good here. Hello.
Speak
Hi,
louder.
yeah, can you hear me?
I can now. Yes.
So Ali was saying that you were mayor for a candidate out there in London.
That's right. I'm going to be a candidate for mayor in the elections which should happen in May.
So could you talk a little bit?
Them, who knows?
Could you talk a little bit about what you would do to end that horrific Gestapo tactics of the police that are happening out there?
Well, one thing we would do is disband the TSG. That's the Territorial Support Group, which are thugs, which the police use when they have trouble. We'd disband those and make the police more accountable. And we do a lot of other things, such as ending all the lockdowns and measures against people's rights and let London live. And it's all completely possible without any cost, because the cost to the economy of these mad lockdowns and suppressions is very high.
So we have court officially in session now.
Sorry, we've got what? Hello,
Andrew.
Sorry, the
Give it to
judge is in
Steve
court right now going over some
yeah,
information.
the judges are in court. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's
no
saying that the
decision yet.
ruling's not actually going to be what was it?
It'll be available after the hearing. She doesn't want anyone recording.
Yeah.
She's not going to read it. She's only going to touch on some of the points.
Yeah, so we're not even getting a live reading of the ruling in court. It's going to be released afterwards, which is the craziest thing I've ever heard of.
Well, that's right. It's against the democratic process. But that's what the New World Order is all about. They don't want actual participation and public.
So is that so? That's not normal then in the UK that they would not. No,
it's not
okay.
normal. Not normal.
Wow.
Yeah, she's not going to read the thing.
Wow.
So that's just another thing. We have to oppose them all the way.
Well,
as we say, resist, defy, do not comply.
Yeah, well, we've just seen this morning, somebody just with a camera out there, just standing outside. They're completely harmless. The cops were not socially distanced, and then telling him to leave, and then following him, like five cops following him closely.
Right. They've got certain people they want to victimize.
Yeah.
There are probably people who've been involved in the campaign for a long time.
So,
so there have been people definitely.
Our friend Kevin Gastola is reporting that Beratzer finds Julian Assange is not protected by the U.S.-UK extradition treaty of 2003, which means he has no protection under being extradited for political offenses.
What the hell does that mean?
Right.
They went with the domestic interpretation of the Extradition
Act. That's right. So the British government is doing what the American deep state wants. That is
at this point, I don't even think we can refer to them as the American and the UK governments, because that implies some level of separation and some level of representation of people.
So it's one new world order.
Yeah. This court case is literally like the turning point in human history for which we will either be a free society as human beings or subjected to the will of unknown rulers. And we're seeing that right now, where we have thousands and thousands and thousands of tweets going out. We have 36 something reporters in the courtroom, and Twitter decides not even to allow Julian's name to start trending on their comment section. So that's the level of censorship that we're facing here.
Twitter is a disgrace.
It is a disgrace.
You need something entirely different. But that other one, Parler, is not much use either. It's inefficient, and maybe that would set that.
So we have great distraction going over information here in court now. This is coming out of Kevin Gastola's thread. He says, Beratzer says Assange's alleged activities went beyond mere encouragement of a journalist. She outlines the alleged password cracking conspiracy. That was debunked in court in Chelsea Manning's court trial. The judge in the UK is referencing information that is factually inaccurate to allow this extradition to go through, if we can even call it that. We know that Chelsea Manning had access to all of these documents beforehand.
Well,
and the U.S. actually in court couldn't even prove within a shadow of a doubt that it was Chelsea and Julian in communication with each other. That was actually one of the big things that the prosecution during the court trial fumbled on with Julian, is just assuming that that was correct.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of shenanigans.
Yeah, that's what they're trying to. The conspiracy
time.
To commit computer intrusion is the charges they're trying to pull him in on. The judge relies heavily on the Gordon Kromberg document, whose submissions to the court were treated as sacrosanct during the extradition trial. Kromberg never testified himself. These prosecution claims untested by Assange's legal team. And they're not even untested, because these have gone through U.S. court. Like this came out in court that Nathaniel... What was it?
Nathaniel Frank.
Nathaniel Frank was never proven to be Julian Assange in U.S. court. So even the assertion that he helped crack the password is fundamentally incorrect.
What password?
Exactly. Chelsea Manning had access to all of the documents.
Username or password to access collateral murder, the war logs, Cablegate. He didn't need a username or password for that. How do we know that? It came out during her freaking court martial, which was almost a decade ago, which was touched on during the September hearings about 12 feet away from where Beratzer was sitting.
God. Yeah. I think. Hello. I think she's got a cup of tea for me.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Thank
Anyway,
you
it's
very much for
fantastic to
joining
speak
us.
to
We
you
really
both.
appreciate
No,
it, and best of
the
luck to your
pleasure's mine,
campaign.
and thank you very much for support all the way. Thank you.
Right? Yeah.
Okay, guys. I'm back.
Thank you very much for joining us. So I don't know if you've been keeping up, but at this point, Vanessa Beratzer is not stopping the extradition, it appears. She hasn't released her ruling yet, and she's not going to. We're actually going to find out through the press when she releases her statements about whether or not he's being extradited. But so far, we have it come out in court that Beratzer says that Julian is not protected under the 2003 extradition treaty against prosecution for political offenses. Beratzer says that Assange's alleged activities went beyond mere encouragement of a journalist, and she outlines the alleged password cracking conspiracy, which didn't actually happen. That was proven in Chelsea Manning's court-martial not to have taken place, that she had access to these documents. And then Beratzer basically is reading the Kronberg document as if it is a Bible there in court, even though Kronberg was never cross-referenced, never given a chance to testify or be examined by the legal team for the rubbish that he introduced into this entire process.
Say that.
I was just saying, it just seems like, obviously I don't know this, but it just feels like, I mean, this is so unrelated to like the hearing, like all the testimony that we heard in September, that it's like, it feels like this was written at the same time they did the expanded indictment, you know? I mean, it's just so disappointing. So disappointing.
Yeah. Kevin Gostola has a couple more tweets out.
Yeah. Kevin Gostola says Beratzer is repeating general allegations added in the superseding indictment issued in the summer of 2020 and sprung on defense attorneys weeks before the extradition trial. Beratzer, referring to allegations of hacking in the 2020 indictment, says this took Assange outside of any role of investigative journalism. That's a direct quote from Vanessa Beratzer from this morning. And she says that he was trying to obtain information by hacking. Now, again, this has been completely disproven in her courtroom, to the point to where the defense had a brand new attack the following day and never once circled back to this point after it came out in court during witness testimony that all of this was bullshit.
They brought in a military computer forensic expert
They
from the
did.
U.S. Army that testified.
And he was one of the military forensic experts that testified at Chelsea Manning's court-martial in the first fucking place. This is the decision being read based off the Berg indictment, which is largely based off of David Lee and Luke Harding's book. Like, we're relying on multiple works of fiction here for the reading of the multiple works of fiction. What's up, Allie?
And they putting the headphones on.
Yeah, fuck.
Okay, I basically heard you say that Beratzer is saying that he has no press protections. Is that correct?
No protections under the extradition treaty.
Okay. Wow. That basically tells us what it is, yeah?
What they said. What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Beratzer is apparently saying that because he spoke at a hacking conference that he encouraged hacking.
Wow. I said the word hacking.
So the goalpost has been moved. The goalpost has been moved all the way from you're not a journalist to you talked, so you're going to the fucking United States. Like,
Wow.
You spoke at a conference. This is proof that you committed a crime, that it was shown in my courtroom you could not have possibly committed because the thing you're being accused of wasn't necessary in order to access the we live in a fucking cartoon.
Yeah. It's shocking. It's just shocking and sickening. It does
Yeah. Mohammed
Lisa.
Almazi. The judge is focusing on comments Assange made years ago, including the ones at the hacker conference. She says his actions and speech go beyond that of mere journalism.
he's not charged for speaking at a convention.
Okay, but he's going to be extradited for speaking at a convention.
This goes against all legal principles.
It really does. It goes against all
Yeah.
legal principles. It's so true.
Yeah.
This isn't even this is like a
Yeah.
slap in the face type of nothing about the hearing. I mean, this is just bullshit. This is why they expanded indictment now, so that they could write the ruling off of it. I mean, obviously, that's ridiculous.
Hey, I know that there's some pretty fairly well-known journalists and content creators that are watching this stream right now. You need to put the word out about what is happening at the Old Bailey right now. You do. The fucking judge is relying on multiple works of fiction and material unrelated to the hearing to justify extradition after relying on the UK domestic law's interpretation of what extradition is. This is a direct quote from Beratzer. This is coming from Mohammed Almazi's Twitter feed. Free speech rights do not provide unfettered right to someone like Mr. Assange. In this case, Mr. Assange chose to disclose documents which contain the unredacted names of informants. Mr. Kronberg points out that 100 people were put at risk, the judge says, even though in her own fucking courtroom, less than 3 months ago, it was proven once again that no one was put in harm's way as the result of a WikiLeaks release.
And Luke Harding was the one that released the names of the fucking informants.
And that...
Yeah.
You cannot be out and about in large groups at the moment. You can't be out and
about.
So
what's more important is during the voice of truth. You don't want the truth. You want lies.
Hey, can you keep the camera on Eric?
Yeah.
Just to make sure that everything's okay.
We're not going to human beings.
I'm giving you a couple of
human beings believe in truth. Okay?
and then we'll come back and speak to you.
Well, sometimes it doesn't matter. You won't make them stick as long as they're human beings. The human eye, that's okay. Yeah.
We're live at Washington, D.C. Put these on. Put these on your head.
Yeah.
Put them on. Put them on. Use your hands. Put them on.
Who are we getting? Are we getting there?
To talk to the people in Washington, D.C.
Hey! Hello, my friend. I wish we could be talking under better circumstances right
Washington,
now.
D.C. broadcast for Assange.
Broadcast for Assange?
Yes.
You want me to speak to
Yes.
Assange?
Yes.
Okay, Assange, you're a great human being. Your survival of millions of people depends on you, as it already has.
and it'll continue to be so. And we appreciate what your mother said about accepting the Catalonian award for having done something for humanity. It's a struggle we must always face.
These are reporters in Washington, D.C., and they want to know what just happened to you now.
Okay. Well, I was just going in defense of one woman who was being pushed by the police. Maybe she was pushing back, was entirely legitimate. Always remember the statement I often mention of, I think, the greatest political leader that I know of, Mao Zedong of China, who said, we'll never be the first to attack, but if attacked, we will surely counterattack. It's not enough just to defend ourselves. We counterattack, okay? So we are speaking and standing for humanity. We know it's important to have the truth told so that the populations of all countries will protest and take a stand. Unfortunately, we do not have that today in Britain or in the United States because it's the ruling class that decides. That is to say, minority, a privileged minority, and they don't want the voice of the people to be heard. Then there's no democracy. Democracy is for the majority. Of course, I emphasize that democracy also means majority rule, but minority rights. Because, of course, black people are the minority in the United States. They are a majority in the world. It's important to see that. But anyway, in some countries, so they'll say there's democracy because most people have voted for something which is unjust. I say yes, but at the same time, it's incomplete because it's important to hear the minority also, all of us together. Okay? I don't know what more there is to be said.
Thank you. Thank you for being there, Eric. We love you so much.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for.
We said enough. Just a last word from a person I met in the United States. He said he knew about psychology. So he said to me, a delusion, because I asked him what the definition of delusion was. He said, a delusion is a belief that cannot be changed by reasoning. So we can't reason. So if we can't reason, then we're not dealing with human beings anymore. And we're being turned into dehumanized beings. And there's a play by Karel Čapek, which was written, I think, just before or at the time of World War II, where he said that human beings are being eliminated and replaced by robots. So they're trying to dehumanize us, so we will no longer exist as human beings, just be machines, okay? If that's what you want in the world, no. It's not what we want, and we will fight to keep our humanity. Okay?
Thank you.
Thanks, Allie. You know, I mean, I'm so glad you guys you're out there and to talk to Eric, and that, you know, it's so true. It's like that's what we're really fighting for here, is to keep our humanity, and to keep, like, truth is the thing that we react to. You know, I mean, this is just it's just crazy to see this. I don't know. I don't know why I didn't expect this, but I guess I just didn't. Here, hold on.
This is some bullshit. Kevin just told it just a couple of moments ago. Breitzer appears to have found Assange in violation of the Official Secrets Act. If proven, allegations would therefore amount to offenses in this jurisdiction that would not be protected by his freedom of speech.
Oh my God.
So the order came down for Vanessa Breitzer to now, instead of perform her function as mere magistrate and read the decision on this fucking broad daylight kidnapping, now she's actually introducing charges while presenting no evidence and delivering a conviction during the reading of this decision.
Wow. That's just, what can you say? It's shocking, appalling, galling, and I have no words. It's beyond my pay grade as well. So preposterous.
Berater dismisses the allegations against UC Global related to spying on Assange in the Ecuadorian embassy. She says it is inappropriate for the court to make findings of fact on evidence still being investigated in Spain. She says that the prosecution brought charges against Assange in good faith and asserts insufficient evidence that the decision was made not to prosecute Assange under Obama. Insufficient evidence that the decision was made not to prosecute. Insufficient evidence that the decision was made not to prosecute under Obama. The district judge, magistrate court judge Vanessa Berater. Do you guys understand why for the last nearly year we've been calling her the concierge to the U.S. State Department? It's been about a year.
This down. Yeah, I think
This is absolutely nuts.
I mean, we're getting close. Yeah. What time is it?
It's crazy.
10:40. So yeah, they're gonna come out.
It's crazy. Just shocked that I don't know what to say because I'm just so shocked. You know. Yeah.
So the judge actually tried to pass. This is according to Richard Medhurst. The judge actually tried to pass the spying on UK soil as legitimate because the U.S. may have had legitimate reasons to spy on Assange for national security. Unbelievable. That happened in London. It violates diplomatic accord and Ecuadorian sovereignty. The other thing this also violates, I believe it's a U.S. law that says our government's not even allowed to create a dossier on a journalist. They're not even allowed to investigate a journalist.
Apparently, it's okay for the CIA to install a wiretap and invade someone's client-lawyer privilege, and that's all fine.
Yeah, I mean, this is literally the formation of a new international covenant. Like that's what we are viewing here. This is the death of every right that we have fought for and believed in for 400 plus years as a civilization. This is the foundation of what all other information we have about the world is built upon, and it has now officially been lost. And it's not the UK's job to stop the United States. It should be, because of how fucking horrible we are. But it's the UK's job to recognize the fact that this man was spied on, that this man literally had the CIA trying to figure out how to either assassinate or kidnap him out of the embassy while they were spying on his privileged legal conversations. This is this is literally heresy of the law. Like, I don't know a better word.
No, it is absolute lawlessness. That's what it is. We have no laws. We cannot trust any laws, any judiciary process, the police, or anything. We have no rights. Julian has no rights. And he warned us about this 10 years ago. And it's now happened. The surveillance state is all powerful. They can wiretap your client lawyer meetings in an embassy using dodgy money from a Las Vegas casino operator trying to get Mike Pompeo a seat in the Senate. And that's all fine. It's the end. The end for everybody. We have no rights.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to go.
There's no law.
It's so true, Ali. I think we're all in the same position right now, like not sure what to say, but that's true.
I want to renew our call to start going after every single one of these motherfucking indie media bitches who only spoke once after being fucking harassed or didn't say a goddamn thing at all. So I'm gonna start doing that, and I encourage everyone listening to do the same shit. Start fucking trolling the hell out of these people.
Vanessa Beratzer cites a CNN article as evidence or justification for U.S. government to engage in spying operation against Assange and the Ecuadorian embassy. That really fucking happened. The judge presiding over the extradition of a journalist and publisher for the first time in history just cited a CNN article as either evidence or justification for the United States spying on Julian Assange's meetings with his attorneys.
This is an attempt to
This isn't me making a joke, you guys. This isn't a bit. I promise. This is not a bit.
This shit sucks, dude. I expected this shit, but I'm pissed, man. I'm fucking pissed. I knew this was gonna happen, but I wasn't prepared for the emotional.
You didn't expect it to be so pathetic.
Yeah.
Is that what you're trying to say?
Find reality.
Yeah,
They're
just
trying to redefine reality by their own version of reality. By now, our courts are citing the mainstream media as proof of things, just an article, when right now they're saying that Assange's 100% accurate reporting isn't proof of anything. What is this? What is happening here today? It's just the way this ruling is coming out is just, that's insanity. I wonder if she ends it by calling him a narcissist.
So Beratzer apparently says that there will be constitutional and procedural protections applied to Assange's trial to ensure that it is a fair trial.
He's not covered under that shit. They already admitted that in court. What the fuck is she talking about? What is she, goddamn high?
She must be high, but I think she's also received a lot of money, because why else would you embarrass yourself and also make yourself a pariah in society? Now I doubt that she can move around with freedom herself. We know who she is, and her name's Mud. Probably with her family, her name's probably Mud too, because I think they're kind of a bit more from the left side of things. Refugees from apartheid South Africa and writing plays about some sensitive matters of dealing with immigration and refugees. So she's the outlier there, and she has been bent by some money from somewhere, and I think she's knocking two houses together as one. So I would question corruption there, and I want all whistleblowers who are doing the job on Vanessa Baratz's house, putting in her luxury gold taps, to blow the whistle on her if you've got any trace of where she got the money, who she's been contacting, and how she wrote this.
It'd be a damn shame if some Anons figured some shit out. Damn shame.
That's one thing that Paula's been talking about that, and she's been one of the few people tweeting about that a lot and actually trying to dig in to find out as much information, because that's what we have to remember here is they try to make all of this seem like, there's no individual rights, but there is individual responsibility here. And she has made this ruling, but yet she's completely scrubbed from the internet. We have no idea, you know what I mean? It's near impossible to find out any information on the future of press freedom. You have CNN being cited, who's also, are you kidding me? Who's told us that it's illegal to read WikiLeaks, remember that? They said this is not legal to do.
You trust CNN. CNN will do it for you. Trust CNN. So, friend of the show, Richard Medhurst, says about Beratzer, saying that Julian will receive a fair trial in the United States. He says
everyone receives a fair trial.
U.S. Secretary of State Pompeo said Assange has no First Amendment rights, because that's something that the Secretary of State did say. Baratzer knows that. She's the concierge for the U.S. State Department. She knows that once here, he'll be under special administrative measures. That was do you think maybe like at this point, dude? At this point, for her to say all of this shit that she's come out with, for her to say all of this, she had to be on heroin during the hearing, during the witness testimony, or like morphine fucking tripping balls. This is dystopian as fuck, because it really is a whitewashing of reality. When I first started Slow News Day, I said it's the job of the independent media not only to combat the rewriting of history, but to combat the rewriting of real time. And this is Magistrate Vanessa Baratzer trying to rewrite real time.
With paragraph excerpts by Mike Pompeo.
Yeah, and Luke Harding and David Lee and CNN.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Nah. Okay, we just need to get the emails, FOI, like that's going to happen. Yeah.
So
it's the end.
I feel like, Ali, it's important to look at what's happening right now as a call to arms. We're in Washington, D.C. right now. You're in downtown London right now. There are people descending on D.C. from all over the place to stop the Steele event for Donald Trump because our electoral system is a sham. They need to be standing with us in a couple of hours when we're at the Department of Justice. There are people here for a Force the Vote event because their Congress is corrupt. And the shit that they ran on and got elected to do, they can't be forced to do. They need to be standing with us. And they have, for the most part, to their credit. Fantastic. Thank you, guys. But this is it's not like it's over or any of that shit. It's not like there won't be appeals. It's not like there won't be, reason to fight. This is the fact that they are sitting there trying to rewrite reality, to rewrite real time. That needs to get everyone in the street right the fuck now. Right the fuck now. And hey, look, and we're going to be in the streets, but
as soon as the word filters out here,
5 hours.
A lot of people won't know what the judgment is yet or the elements of it. So, but as soon as they hear, things are going to go off. People are going to be very angry as soon as they hear what happened in there.
Well, that's what to drive everyone out earlier, is because they knew what was going to happen. Yeah. They want a group of 300 people right by where Julian's van has to pull out.
That's right.
I'm honestly disappointed that there's not some like old contingent of the IRA or some shit trying to get Julian out of there right now. Because at this point, that's basically what we're waiting for, is a private mercenary group to lift him out of this situation.
We do. If we could somehow get some dodgy money from let's do a front organization and get George Soros money and pay the French Foreign Legion. It's madness.
So Susie Dawson has said it best. So I want to reiterate this for everyone. It is easy to fall into a very dark mood when served up with an injustice of this size, but all Assange supporters know this. The movement to free Julian is at its strongest point that it has ever been. There is only one response to this bullshit judgment: double down. If you are someone that has been a regular viewer of our vigils for the last 18 months now, please heed our calls. Please print posters. Please go into your community. It is Monday morning. People are on their way to work. Shut it down. do whatever you can at this point to raise attention, whether it's banner drops, poster hangs, sit-ins inside of media institutions until they cover this. We need all hands on deck at this point to make sure that this time does not pass.
Exactly. They have made it difficult for us because of the COVID, and I now note that WikiLeaks has asked for COVID whistleblowers, from scientific organisations, health bodies, etc., to produce the evidence that is needed to sort out the reality of the pandemic information, because it is not too far to say that they have done this in order to do this, what they're doing to Julian. They've done the pandemic to take over the economy and to take over the every institution and organisation and exert power over us through them. So it's going to be hard. It's the authoritarian state writ large. And but we are powerful now. We are powerful as a movement. We are. I noticed they let us trend on Twitter for a little while yesterday. Clap.
Nope, Jank Uger's trending. Nope, 6,500 messages about Jank Uger have hit the internet.
Okay.
Yeah, I jacked all of the hashtags that are out there. We have national lockdown for Assange. We have Jank Uger. We have Fraud Squad is still trending. Trump begged. Deadbeat dad. Yeah, I wouldn't fuck with that one. That's awkward. And this is in the heels of the U.S. where they're now pushing another impeachment against Trump. They literally just launched that as well. A second impeachment days before.
Okay, it seems everything's closing around on us. I mean, we had the signs before, but it's really gathering, isn't it? It's gathering strength. They're closing us all down. Anything could happen. This is a historic moment. We've lost everything. We've lost our power, all of our rights.
I'm not seeing it show up on mine at all. Not showing up on a computer at all. So we have 3 different devices all looking at the same thing with 3 different top national trends. It just disappeared again off of. So we're watching in real time as Twitter's literally removing trendings for Assange.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's happening. Everything will have to come down. No doubt. We'll have to tear it down, guys. We'll have to tear it down.
Well, and a massive campaign immediately to all public servants. I mean, my gosh, they need to know what, you know what I mean? That's crazy seeing that advertising in the UK. I mean, it's just, that's what's so worrisome here is just thinking about our own people being used against, you know what I mean? Against us for things that we're out there fighting for. I mean, it's so important what just happened here. I mean, a CNN article, I can't get over that. I expected this to not go our way, but not to this extent, in this sort of, manner here.
Yeah, I expected it too, but when that consortium news article came out with could be a split decision,
right? As
in extraditable on one of the counts and not the other, I thought, oh, that's sort of gives me some hope again. And now it's just come down like a 10,000 dead weight. No, they're going to bury you even further.
Well, and I'm hopeful as well. There's definitely some analysis that's going to be consortium news. We'll have a panel. I know that Assange Defense is having a panel today as well, and I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully we'll hear some positive things there for where just what directions this maybe it can go somewhere. I don't know enough about it, but just from what we've seen, that's just using that expanded indictment, you know, and then the treatment that you guys have experienced outside of the courtroom today. You know, I have to say, at least here at the embassy yesterday, we were able to protest. We were able to be there, you know, and that was really terrible to see. You know, we watched Chip like get followed by harassed, like told to leave, and it's crazy. What's this stuff happening out there now?
Yeah, they haven't come out from the court yet. They're doing some interviews, overseas interviews, in the press tent there. Just getting ready, I think, for people to come out. One thing about hope is that this is so bad that it will actually force people to act, people who normally wouldn't, you know. If you read an analysis of this when it's out tomorrow or tonight, and you're someone vaguely familiar with it but didn't come today, you're just going to say, this is so preposterous. You know, I'm glad my parents aren't alive to see this shit. You know, right. That's the kind of shit people will be saying, yeah? And they're going to say, so this will actually embolden people more, I think, you know, and
Hey, check
check
Estola's thing. Something happened.
Right meow. Get out of my head.
Sorry, buddy.
No, I think that's so true, Allie.
Sorry, Allie, for cutting you off.
So Beratzer says, this is according to Kevin Gastola. Oh, that's my alarm, because I would normally be waking up right now. Hold up. Let's go. Let's back up. 16 minutes. Judge did not find Assange would face grave problems in light of passage of time since alleged offenses. Beratzer, constitutional and procedural protections will be applied to assure it's a fair trial. Beratzer essentially argues the U.S. court is equipped to determine whether the Espionage Act allows for prosecution against Assange, a publisher, for the offenses alleged. She mentions challenges against overbreadth can be made during pretrial. Beratzer does not believe U.S. court would be able or would try to deny Assange rights under the Constitution, really, as he will be put on trial on U.S. soil. Beratzer goes on to add, trust that the U.S. court will properly consider Assange's right to freedom of speech. No, we know that is not correct. Judge accepted doctors' opinions that Assange suffers from recurrent depressive disorder and suffers from autism, though he is highly functioning. Great. There's your favorite fucking phrase, Misty. Beratzer says Assange is at high risk of suicide and that there is a real risk he will be detained subject to special administrative measures in U.S. prison, especially because intelligence community is hostile to him. Beratzer says extradition would be oppressive by reason of Assange's mental health. The United States government's mass incarceration system just lost their case against WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange.
So wait, does that mean he's not going to be?
You know, no.
Is he getting off?
No extradition as of this moment.
No extradition. Is it?
Is that right?
That's right.
Is that right?
Dude,
No.
did the weasel get in the Hadron again?
Is that right?
Did it shift us back to the non-dumbest
Is that
timeline?
correct?
I mean, Kevin Castola's got a video feed, so.
And they're saying no.
Kevin
Are they
Gastola
saying no? Kevin Gastola said no.
in saying she satisfied procedures described by the U.S. would not prevent Assange from finding a way to commit suicide in U.S. Supermax prison. The judge and defense are discussing an application for bail. U.S. government is going to immediately appeal. No.
U.S. government will immediately appeal.
No extradition as of this moment.
There's only one motherfucking decision.
We're gonna tear it down. No
extradition! Oh my god! Oh my god! No extradition! Oh really? Oh guys!
Kevin even said, "Holy shit!"
Oh fuck! Everyone! No extradition! You heard it here first! Yeah! Sorry, I'm screaming.
No, scream away, Alice. You've earned the scream.
Disgusting bail. Oh my god. Oh fuck.
Hey, try to get some secondary on that.
Look at him. Look. Oh my goodness. Thank you.
Hey, do we have any other confirmations of that?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm like,
No, I'm fucking.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go around and get the freedom signs.
thank you, Ali.
I'll see you later, guys. Love you guys.
Thank you,
so
Ali.
much.
Please stay in touch today, because your police are still fucking bastards.
Yeah, I've just got to go
Text
get
us to make sure you're safe, please. Thank you.
I've got freedom signs in my car, just in case. Yeah, so I've got to go get them. Love you guys.
What?
Fuck the British.
Someone get a hold of Gastola or something.
Wow.
Like, can we get confirmation on that shit?
I don't know. We need it now.
I'm just saying, we need to check our sources, guys. We need to have multiple sources.
They're gonna immediately appeal.
It's on health reasons. Richard Medhurst.
So Mary Kostakidis here. Significant isolation, little contact with family or friends, 2 phone calls a month. Conditions have been deleterious effect on him. Oh my God, no extradition. U.S. has 14 days to appeal. Bail, question. Fitzgerald, can we agree on bail today? No, she says, not in a position to. She wants to know if he is ready to apply for bail today. He wants to speak to Julian first. 4 minutes ago by Mary Kostakidis.
All right, well, that's promising.
We're all crying like babies, and Josh's like.
I'm still
Hey,
like trying.
I just got off the I want to stab a bunch of people vibe. So
yeah.
So this is my like happy medium after that.
I was ready to go make friends on Twitter.
Yeah, me too. I was gonna join you.
To go make friends on Twitter.
No,
we still need to go make friends on Twitter. So Medhurst, on the possibility of Assange being, let me scroll down. I am satisfied that Assange has the intellect to cultivate suicide prevention measures. She accepts Kopelman's assessment that Assange will find a way to kill himself. Breaking, Judge Vanessa Baratzer has ordered Julian Assange discharge under Section 91B, citing health reasons. The U.S. has 14 days to appeal. The defense is asking Judge Baratzer to grant Julian Assange bail. She is wondering if they are ready to manage and submit an application today. I seriously feel like we're in like 1920 radio broadcast or like.
This was just a serious roller coaster. I can't believe this. I mean, that's just wow.
Hashtag bail today.
Bail today.
Bail today. Get it going. Hashtag bail.
I'm doing it right
today.
now.
So we have about 3,000 or 3,000, about 300 people, if not a little bit more, between everything right now. We got 130 on the A for A suites. We got, what do we have on Slow News Day? No, just bail today. They'll censor Assange. Just bail today. So between everything, we have upwards of 300 people watching. Bail today. Reach out to everyone you know. Let's get this man out. Let's get him home today. I don't know what just happened. I don't know what just happened.
Steve,
has a bunch
someone's got a phone too close to that goddamn mic.
My phone is my look. Hey, look.
I said someone. I said someone. I said someone. I think it was Andrews.
No, it was. It was me.
No, it was doing that weird sound.
Judge rules against U.S. extradition of Julian Assange, condemning extradition with
Andrew
for reasons of Assange's mental health.
I'm blaming that.
Assange,
I'm blaming the
bail
fucking
today.
weasel in that goddamn collider.
Right?
They just need. They need
Buy
to.
that goddamn weasel a beer.
I want that on a fucking shirt. A weasel with a beer.
I will make you that shirt, Sleepy.
I need that shirt.
Yeah, wow. We're just I don't even know if you guys need to watch us fucking try.
No, keep
Dude, we've been doing this. We've been doing this goddamn shit for 18 fucking months. We get like 8 seconds of fucking being happy about something.
I know, like, what a thing. Like, I mean, but you know, I mean, honestly, okay, still, we are holding people to account.
No, I'm doing that because if we do not hold these motherfuckers to account, we're not gonna have a decent press. Period.
Well, look, let's kind of examine what Beratzer did for a moment, and that is she laid out the U.S. prosecution's case for appeal in her ruling.
Mm-hmm.
She
for sure.
introduced out of fucking nowhere the Official Secrets Act, which had absolutely nothing to do with the prosecution. She dismissed out of hand everything that UC Global did to him. She
three-quarters of an hour break to take instructions. I don't know about you, but I am. So they're taking a 45-minute break. This is coming from Mary Costaquitas. She says, I don't know about you, but I'm so fucking relieved. I can't believe it. Whatever she's been reading beforehand sounded so ominous. Her findings were all for the prosecution. Now it looks almost like she's softening them up for the blow. If you can take that away, she had me scared. And this isn't over. They have an appeals process. They will appeal. They could introduce.
Yeah, but his ass gets out. He's getting out of fucking jail. He gets out of jail, dude.
He is not coming to the United States.
And he gets to go see his children and his lady. And
maybe.
Well,
because our prison systems are, cannot guarantee that, I mean, do you know what I'm saying? So anyway, let it be known that that's why, which is a huge deal because everybody here, all of us are subject to those freaking systems. Anyway.
Because now I'm pissed off at people. Listen, if you're going to come into my mentions to piss on my parade and tell me that it's not over and that there's still an appeals process, I fucking know that. Let me have my 5 minutes of happiness, okay? Fuck you. Sorry, that's all I need.
Yeah, with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap for a little bit. We might come back in an hour when court reconvenes and give you that update. We're going to go to, there at least some of us are going to go to the Force the Vote thing at Spirit of Justice Park in D.C. by the Capitol building at 9 a.m. We are still going to the Department of Justice. We told you all along that we wanted to throw a party, but we were prepared to have a protest. We are not prepared to throw a party.
You will prepare. Listen, I'm always prepared.
We're gonna have to figure some shit out, but I'm going to turn my phone off for at least 20 minutes, and I'm just going to be the fuck happy about this. And I recommend that all of you do that too. We'll probably see you. We'll at least see you later today. And one more time.
No extradition.
No extradition.
Bail today.
Bail today. We love you guys. Good luck to us all. We'll see you soon.